drink my coffee now. This is hell. Wow, I thought you would never put that thing down. Excuse me? Who are you? Well, the thing that you ignore while doom scrolling, that's me. Your brain. I want to talk to you about something. Why don't you just look around yourself? Savor the taste of coffee and just exist in the real life. Well, I don't have time for that. You see, I'm a really busy person. You would rather watch hundreds of cat videos than just sit in silence. How dare you? I do sit in silence, okay? All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Quoted by Blaise Pascal in 17th century when life was slower, harsher and full of limitations. There was no electricity and shortage of water and whatnot. Source of entertainment was storytelling, music, theatre, etc. And let's just not talk about the social structure and rights. As we compare those times to today, everything has changed for the better. Be it the technology, work, economy, medicine and education. Now let's go back to the Pascal's quote. What did Pascal meant by this? This quote came from his theological reflections. He believed that humans constantly seek distractions to avoid confronting deeper truths about existence, mortality and human conditions. Well, this was more on the spiritual side. Now the question arises, why is this relevant today? In modern times, with social media, constant notification and endless entertainment, people rarely experience true solitude. To avoid sitting with our thoughts, we seek external stimulation, which lead to stress, burnout and lack of self-awareness. Same was in 17th century. Instead of technology, they overindulged themselves in gambling, parties and any other noisy interaction. Which brings us to our first segment, why do we seek external stimuli? In today's world of distraction, solitude can feel uncomfortable or even anxiety inducing if we are not used to it at all. The silence can highlight inner unrest or bring up feelings we have been avoiding. So external stimuli can feel rewarding and comforting. Although on the flip side, solitude can be incredibly valuable, especially when we learn to embrace it. It gives us space for reflection, reconnecting with ourselves and creativity. Creativity is actually a big factor we gain from boredom. How? Which brings us to our next segment, how are boredom and creativity related? In an interview, Tom Fedel, an entrepreneur famously known for his product iPod, said the key to creativity is being bored and putting yourself out of the everyday grind. In Nina Naidu's Sharewell article, she quotes, by embracing moments of stillness and allowing ourselves the freedom to be unstimulated, we can tap into inner reserves of creativity and inspiration. Boredom is seen as something to be avoided, but many great figures like Steve Jobs, Einstein, J.R.R. Tolkien, Agatha Christie suggest that it plays a crucial role in fostering creativity. It enters a default mode which allows for deeper thought, daydreaming and problem solving. It encourages formations of new ideas. Now on to my final segment, which is how constant stimulation harms creativity. First, it prevents deep thinking. We don't let our mind to wander, which is essential for creative insights. Second, it reduces tolerance for discomfort. If we always search for a phone or another distraction, we never develop this skill. Third, it weakens imagination. In childhood, boredom leads to imaginative play. As adults, avoiding boredom means we miss out on mental space needed for innovation. And last, it encourages passive consumption. Constant stimulation keeps us consuming pre-packaged content, reducing original thought. If we embrace boredom, we can rediscover the imaginative potential hidden in stillness. To reclaim our creative minds, we must embrace unstructured time slots. Allow yourself times of doing nothing. Second, reduce digital distractions. Third, engage in mind wandering activities like walking, looking out of the window, etc. Fourth, let your mind incubate. Let your mind rest, not keep it always overloaded with thoughts. In the end, the greatest ideas don't come from constant input, they emerge from quiet moments when the mind is left to think for itself.